Hey y'all, it's Andrea here at VW Family Farm, and this video is all about how and why you would want to candle duck eggs, as well as any type of eggs for that matter. So this video is going to be pretty short and sweet and to the point, so let's just get right to it. Why would you even want to candle eggs? Well, a couple of the reasons are because there's three different types of eggs when you're incubating eggs. You're going to have what they call yolkers that are not even fertile at all. So you're just incubating an egg that is basically just becoming a rotten egg throughout this process. You've got quitters that are eggs that were fertile and they start to develop and then they die sometime during incubation. And then you've got what they call winners, and those are the ones that go on to become a viable hatched duckling or whatever it is you're hatching. So you can candle them for one reason, to remove those that either were not fertile or were quitters that died along the way. Because those yolkers and quitters are not viable anymore, they could go ahead and explode in your incubator, and then you've got bacteria spewing everywhere in your incubator with those eggs that are still growing. You're opening up your ducklings or chicks or whatever it is you're hatching to disease. So that's one reason, is to get those out of there so you don't have a big stinky mess on your hands. Another reason is because I've never known anyone that had 100% hatch rate. It does happen, but very rarely. So you're gonna have some that are not gonna hatch. So candling them will give you a better idea of what you're expecting. We've actually, in our own personal hatching experience, had times where we had very little hatch because our rooster or whatever it was, the male animal in the pen, was not doing his job. He had gotten too old or whatever the reason. So if you're just wasting your time, that's a really good thing to know up front. So now that we know the why, let's talk about the how. It's very simple to do. Very, very simple. Anyone can do it. We are actually, you can hear the chicks in the background. We've got chicks everywhere. It's spring here on the farm. So we've got chicks and pheasants here in the garage. We've got chicks out in the yard. We've got brooders and chicken tractors everywhere. But right now we are working on the next generation of the quacking. If you follow Morgan Gold over at Goldshaw Farm here on YouTube, he sent us some duck eggs and we have one goose egg. And they're here in this incubator that we borrowed from our good friends, Jess and Jeremiah over at Roots and Refuge. And we are super excited to be getting into ducks. So that's what we're gonna be candling today. All you basically need, there's fancy lights you can use specific for candling, but we are gonna just be using a plain old flashlight, an empty toilet paper tube, and a dark room. That's really all the supplies you need and a little bit of knowledge. So let's get to it.
So all we did was got a good light. This is not a mag light, but anyway, it's a good one. And then got just an empty roll of toilet paper, duct taped them on there, that way it'll stay there. I can hold the flashlight and still hold the egg on the top.
And no lights escaping down near the light. So we are gonna try to attempt to show you a yolker, a quitter, and a winner today. So what you wanna do is candle at about 6 to 8 days after you've put them in the incubator. If they are a dark brown egg, like a chicken egg, you're probably gonna wanna do that more towards 8 days because they're a little more difficult to see into than a white egg would be. And then the ones you're unsure of, you're gonna note those by marking on the egg or whatever, and then you're gonna candle those again about a week later. And then if you're still unsure, my advice is keep them in the incubator until you're sure. So the next step is you need to find a dark room. So we're actually in the bathroom. You see the shower curtain in the background. Just find you a dark spot. If you can get where your incubator is dark enough, that will work just fine. We could not. So I'm gonna turn the lights off and we'll talk through the rest of this.
All right, so we're gonna get the light on, that light off. Now this is one of those darker eggs.
So what we are actually looking for is we're looking for blood vessels. We're looking for any kind of movement in the center that could be a chick, or you might even see the eyes move. That's what we're looking for, is signs of life. And if you can look closely, you can see blood vessels right there. I'm not seeing movement though. Are you, Ben?
No.
Let's try a different one and see if we can see it better. All right, so you can definitely see this is not a yolker either, because it would just basically be clear if it was a yolker. So it's either a winner or a quitter.
Oh, I seen it move.
Yep.
See it? The dark shadow on the top is moving.
All right, let's try another one.
You see
All right,
my
so you
finger?
can definitely see that moving.
That's a good one.
Okay, so that is definitely a winner. Another one that is definitely not a yolker.
Oh, I just seen it move.
Where at? Can you point to where?
Right here in this area. See it?
Yep.
Oh.
And that is definitely a yolker.
All right. The others that we've put in here, we put them in there long ways, and they're pretty dark all the way through the egg until you turn them on their end down here where their air sac is. This one right here, the light shines all the way through it. There's no development in it whatsoever.
That is not going to be a chick. That is an unfertilized egg. All right, now this is definitely not a yolker, but we have been looking at this for a few seconds and we're not seeing any movement. It's possible it's a quitter. Like I told you earlier, meaning that development stopped and it's no longer alive. We will probably go ahead and put this one back in there for the time being because we're not completely sure.
See it?
Oh, yep, I see it. I hope y'all can see it.
It's like it's swimming around in there.
So that was pretty cool and exciting. I hope that gave you guys another idea of how to candle eggs, what you're looking for, how it's pretty easy to spot when you have just a yolker that's an unfertilized egg, and then how you just keep looking for movement to decide if your chick is still alive in there. We're really excited to be having ducks on this farm. We have one goose egg. Don't know if we're gonna candle it just because we're trying to be careful. It's one egg. If we drop or break it, oh, it'd be terrible. But happy to report we had very few yolkers and a lot of winners. So we're really excited to have these hatch, and we will show you guys that when it gets here. Thanks for watching. Hope this video was informative. If so, please subscribe down below. Like this video, leave us a comment. Are you hatching eggs? Have you already hatched eggs this year? I hope so, and if not, hope you're gonna get started soon because you can find inexpensive incubators to get started, and it's just really, really fun to do. See you guys later. God bless.
All right, bonus footage. For y'all that don't know, Andrea's kind of clumsy, and I let her carry the goose egg in here because I am so curious now.
We're hoping there's a goose in here. Let's see.
And it's dark. Let's try this side. Oh, there we go.
No, go back to how you were. Like that.
It's not a yolker.
Do you see movement?
Sadly, I do not.
I don't know. We had to look at a duck egg a long time while ago to see movement. So don't give up too quick. To all of you candling. The thing about geese is they take longer than a chicken.
And they take longer than the duck too.
So you're not going to have as much development in a duck and a goose as you will early on in a chicken.
I don't know. That's going to be a question.
Yeah, it's going back in there.